I'm back. When you're working with emotions, you cannot work just with emotion. You can't. You need to go through the process of understanding and seeing how you think, changing and challenging the way that you are thinking, and you need to work with the way that you perceive your energy. Emotions, let me see if I can give some help in that aspect. Because when you work with emotion, is something that you need to go little by little, and it's a working just with emotion is just a process in itself, right? So one of the first things that you need to understand about emotions are reactions. We have feelings and we have emotions. The feelings are the thing, are the energy, are the light of a way of bonding or feeling about something, someone, etc. So you need to understand that you can have the feeling of love, you can have the feeling of mad or madness, right? You can have the feeling of sad, but you go through the emotions of caring, being furious, being or crying. So emotions are the reaction of those feelings. So we need to, when we're working with emotions, we need to see them as something that is really changeable, something that is not exactly the way that we are feeling about certain things. It's just the reaction. When you get mad, you get frustrated. When you get mad, when you have anger is the feeling. Mad is the reaction, is the emotion, is how we react in name of that energy, in name of that feeling. So when we are working with emotions, we need to start working first to distinguish the feelings that we have. We need to start distinguish how we are going to be like, I love this. Hate is not a feeling. Hate is a reaction. I would say like the dark aspect, and not from love, from fear. Fear is another feeling. Fear is another way to, another energy, another light, another kind of, it is still a light because it's coming from the universe, right? But it's another kind of energy. So we have love and we have fear. We have, I would say that you have madness and we have happiness. Those are the kind of energy or feelings that we have. When we are talking about feelings, we have this broad aspect. Over there, we have this huge way of feeling. So that's why we came here, because it's through our emotions that we understand those feelings. It's through our emotions that we work those feelings. It's how we finally understand. Up there, we have feelings. That's why people that go there told you that we don't have a way to describe them, because the feeling is really bigger. It's really in a way that is difficult, because the feeling itself is pure. So it's through this emotion that we understand how it is. We get the sense of mastering those feelings. We have the theory of there you don't go through certain things, so we just know it, we just practice it. So in here we came to understand it, and it's through that understanding, that through the emotion, that we really master those feelings up there. So having that in mind, when you're working with emotions, then you will need to understand that's a reaction. We know that now. The emotions are the ones that make us get attached. It make us react in certain kind of way. So knowing that, you will need to see how you think. Your emotions go hand by hand in the way that you think and perceive things, and the way that you receive energy or feel energy. So I'm gonna be talking about feeling energy. You receive some kind of energy, you feel it, and you interpret it or you process it depending on how you think and how you feel in an emotion kind of aspect, and boom, that's the emotion. So that's the way that you're gonna see it. You receive an energy through a situation. you receive that energy, you think, you perceive it in certain kind of way, and through that you are going to allow the feeling to go to you. So that's the way that you need to see it. That's the way that you can start understanding and working with your emotions. That's why I always say depression, it is for anxiety and depression are those mental health that or mental sickness that are really related to clairsentience. Migraines is another, some other like migraines, and it's another type of physical pain. Is more related to claircognizance and even clairvoyant. Throat problem with your throat when they have to take your meat, whatever it is that they take out, is because of your it's part of your clairaudience and it's part of your clairsentience ability as well. So it's not just about the chakras, even your abilities as well. Okay, so that's how you need to see this. Most of the time, the kind of problems that we have are related more to your psychic abilities than it is about your chakras. Your chakras have more like other type of health issues. They are more something that just go back and forward. But definitely what it is about, the emotions are going to be more stronger because your abilities are the ones that are working. So for me to talk about emotion is a little bit difficult, but I'm trying to give you everything because at least to give you an idea how to start working with them. It will help each one of you to really start understanding. So when you try to don't allow your emotions to control you, you really need to focus on how you are thinking and how you are perceiving energy speaking, what kind of abilities are manifesting in that moment. Even if you are not a clairsentient person, the clairsentient is going to make it stronger. It's going to make it more difficult for you. But anyway, so the first, you cannot go and deal with emotion. You cannot go directly to go and work with emotion. That's impossible. Because the emotion is just the energy. It's just you in an energy speaking, reacting to something. You are hurt. Most of the time the emotion is you are hurt, you are pain, you are having feeling, you are frustrated, you are happy, you are joyful, you are not happy, you are feeling joyful, you are enjoying certain things, you are crying, you are kind of cursing, you are kind of like feeling really, really mad or really kind of like with someone. So and emotions are just a reaction to something that in a more deeper sense you are feeling towards that. But you are feeling that because the way that you are perceiving, the way that you are thinking, the way that you are kind of working with the energy. So never go and try to control the emotions. Never try to understand the emotion. You need to understand what it is going on around that is making you have that kind of emotion going on. Again, by example, someone broke your heart. I think that that's something that every person in here, in a partner, in a love relationship, friends, co-worker, family, etc. All of us, we're going through some kind of heartbroken kind of thing, right? Or some kind of feeling someone kind of deceive you, or someone kind of make you feel frustrated about them, or whatever, right? I don't know why I cannot talk in English right now. But the thing is, like, when we are in this situation, whatever it is, this person, it really broke your heart and is giving you some kind of pain, right? That the way that you are feeling, the emotion, that it is not important, that it is what you need to. I'm feeling what? Happy, sad, anger. Look in the more deeper aspect of that feeling. And after you have it, because you can be sad because you love someone. So that sadness, that pain is coming because of the kind of love that you have. But the way that you are reacting is in a way of really painful, crying like crazy, because how we think about love. So maybe the person is telling you the truth. I'm gonna go with something that normal. I'm not going to talk about cheating or something like that. But this person tells you the truth, maybe want to go and keep moving their life. And or maybe this person is saying things to you that make you feel X or Y. You have two choices. Or you just start taking it personal because you love this person, but why this person is doing this to me, blah, blah, blah. Or why this person is leaving me, etc. Or you can say, I love this person and I know that it's painful because I know my feeling for that person, not because what that person is saying, not because what that person is doing. So I make it. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be painful, that I'm not going to be crying, but at least I'm not putting everything up there. I'm not putting everything in the other person. So that means that emotion is not going to go from one thing to another, from pain, oh, I hate you, and go to the opposite of what you are really feeling. You're gonna stay in that kind of high energy kind of thing, but you're gonna be able to see the truth. The emotion is not going to overwhelm you. It's not going to overcome to you. It's not going to make you go crazy. The emotion is not going to control you. So that's the way that you need to see it. So instead of like, this person never loved me, this person is, see, now is your thinking. Now it's like the emotion is a process. That's why I have a program that is about challenging the way that you think, because you need to start with that. The first way for you to work with your emotions is changing the way that you're thinking and how you perceive things. When you start changing the thinking that the person is hurting you because never loved you, and maybe the person really loves you, but don't have a choice because it's their decision. You don't know exactly what the other person doing. So you have to first change the perceive. I'm not saying that we are going to excuse that person. Maybe the person is cheating on you and you find that. But let's go with that. It could be cheating in your work, it could be cheating on you as a person. First, you will need them. Again, try not to start making things in your mind. This person is using me, blah, blah, blah. We go through all of this spectrum of things, but we never like, okay, it's hurtful. That person did something that is not right, but it's still their decision, nothing to do with us. And then after that, you need to go through the process of understanding that this is part of your soul contract. When you understand that this is part of your soul contract, then you don't have too much to blame, not the person, not to you. You can find the reasons, you can find that you were the master, and this is something that is for both of you. You will understand that whatever you give is because you wanted to give it. Whatever you put out there, that's when self-love, self-boundaries, etc. But see, when you start changing the way that you are thinking and you start perceiving, okay, this is my mistake. This is a bad thing. The person did a lot of mistakes or did a lot of bad decisions. I don't like to see mistakes. I like to see bad decisions, good decisions. And even that is a bad decision, those bad decisions always take you to where you need to be. So changing the way that you think, change the way that you react, and how your emotions play in all of this. You're gonna go through the pain, you're gonna go through the crying, you're gonna go through the anger, but the way that you're gonna be able to confront them, the way that you're gonna be able to work them is going to be easier. Yes, the last thing after you go through your mind, you change the way that you see things, the way you change the way that you are perceiving. Did you ever thought that maybe being so good, it was your toxic aspect of the relationship? Because we are crazy putting toxic and narcissists over people and not seeing it in us, just because we're working in the spiritual aspect, not just because we are working in this field. But are we really being honest? Toxic don't have to be like I'm trying to manipulate someone or doing things to make it go wrong. Toxic can be in a lot of aspects. Everything that it is it is in extreme, it is toxic. Every person at some point needs attention, wants to do something for them. So every person at some point is narcissist. And that's not good, that's not bad. When it's done in a right amount. It's like ego. Ego is not bad when it's done in the right way. So we need to stop trying to put everything out there and start looking. So that way, our emotions are ours, not someone. Because when you start putting that, oh, he cheat me, he don't love me, he do this, he do that, oh, she did this, or she did that, oh my God, I'm so used, he's so bad, he's so this, and blah, 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 blah. That person has the control in everything that we feel, in everything that we are reacting. So if that person says something, you're gonna explode. It could be crying, it could be madness, but you're gonna explode. If that person do something, you're gonna go crazy. And you're allowing the aspects of your mind to start making assumptions, to start supposing things, and that's one of the worst things. So first, you need to work with the way that you think. You need to change the way that you believe certain things. Then after that, how you are receiving that energy, because that maybe you didn't know what happened, you didn't know that. Again, I'm not saying that we are going to, the action in self is not what I'm talking about. That it is unforgivable, depending on the situation. That could be something that you can forgive. Everything is forgivable. I'm sorry. Everything is forgivable, but you don't have to allow in your life, because you have self-love. But you need to understand that you don't know what it is, that part of the soul contract, that part of that journey that is going on. We need to stop blaming and stop trying to find guilty in all of the situation, and understand that everything, it is part of what we put there, that get out of control, that because we forget, we get out of that control, and things happen that could be really hurtful, can be really horrible, etc. Yes, but we still need to. We always ask, and this is going to be hard, about why this is so much bad or negative around the world. It's because we are always trying to find guilties and blaming, and not trying to see what is going on, to change the way that is working through family, through collective groups. Because we call it families in here, but we are just a collective group working together as family, as friends, as relationship. Most of the time, most of us are real families up there, that we can be lucky enough to find some of them in here, because that can happen, yeah. But we need to start looking this beyond the flesh, beyond the mind. So you want to really work with your emotions in a way that you can go through them. But we need to understand those. We need to start seeing it that way. So for you to be able to control your emotions, the first thing is to start working with your mind, the way that you think, the way that you perceive things, the way that you believe in certain things. So when you are seeing how you think and how the emotions, you need to make sure that the emotion that you are feeling is exactly what you are feeling, and is not masking another emotion, another feeling. Maybe you think that you are mad because you love, and you are really mad because you got some kind of ego madness or fear, whatever. Maybe you are crying, maybe you just want to be with that person, maybe you are allowing these feelings to these emotions to go crazy because you think that it's because you love, and the truth is because it's fear. So that's why it's so important, because when you know how you are thinking, when you know what you believe, it is easier for you to understand your feelings, how you really feel about certain things, about certain situations, about certain people. Now you have that. Now the energy. And the thinking and the energy most of the time go by hand. Because sometimes we are in a discussion, we are fighting with someone, and this person is sending a lot of energy to you. And that doesn't mean that you are clairsentient or no. It's just like that's how it is, and you are going to receive them, and that person is receiving yours. So it's a back-to-back reaction just there that you are allowing, because maybe you are the one that have the advantage to understand the situation, energy speaking. So you work with your think, how you think, but now you need to start working with your energy. Sealing your energy, making sure that you are not reacting or thinking in certain kind of way because it's the way that you are feeling from that person, but you are thinking that it's about you. Emotions is not a real problem in here, as you can see. Because when we allow it, when we know about everything that is going on, when we are understanding the way that we are thinking, we know how we are thinking, we are trying to maintain that, to understand that it's not going to be easy. No. Sometimes I have to ask people, this is happening, I'm taking it personal, because emotions are here for us to understand the feelings. So we have to go through them. It's not a cheating way that you can do it better. Yes. So now you are receiving energy. You make sure that you have, that whatever you are feeling, if you are feeling attacked, it is really you or is the other person feeling attacked. Maybe it's both of you. So if you are clairsentient, you're going to feel it more stronger. Are you feeling exactly what it is going on, like you, in a more energy? I'm talking about energy speaking. So when you are working, by that time, if you are someone that you already know how your energy goes up and down, expand or contract, how you feel when it's someone else's energy in your body, it will be easier for you to manifest, to work with it. So that's the way that we need to start working with. Start working with the energy. Start working with everything in a more specific kind of way. So don't go and throw yourself through in the emotions. Don't go and just like, oh my God, no. Go with the things that are the basic ones, but no one put attention. We have to take the time to go through the process, to go little by little, to understand, okay, this is too much. I'm getting in too deep waters. Your emotions, whatever it is in this life, I'm going too deep in these waters. Let me get myself out of it. Let me take it slowly. If this is happening, I need to understand it better. I'm not just going to trust and boom, I'm doing it. I'm not going to trust because this time I was able to control my emotions. I'm going to boom, boom, boom. See, everything is connected in this life, because even your emotions can be blinding you in your spiritual work. So we need to approach emotions as the reactions they are, to understand that it is good to feel those emotions, own it, embrace them, accept them. But we live in a society that is about a quick fix. We live in a society that we want to see results now. And the truth is, it is more about the time. We need to commit ourselves. I want to get better. I have these issues. I have this situation. I'm going through these emotions. I want to fix them now because I don't want to go through them. I don't want to commit to myself to understand them. I want to just go and connect with the spirit. I want to do a spiritual work. I want to do a spirituality, etc. Let me go and do it because I can do it now. So we have to learn how to commit with ourselves to work with things. Emotions are no problem. If you have to be depressed, if you have anxiety, that is not bad. if you know how to use it in your advance. We need to stop seeing things, everything in this life, because we cannot understand it. It is too overwhelmed sometimes. That is something bad. We choose how we want to see it. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. I'm not going to say that just you start doing this and tomorrow everything is fixed. But I can tell you that when we start allowing this guidance, when we start allowing ourselves to get out of this mainframe, even in the spiritual world, how many times people say that you need to heal? You need to heal. You are depressed. You are having anxiety. You need to heal. There's a trauma there. You don't need to heal. Maybe it is a trauma that you need to work with. Changing the way that you're seeing it, understanding the reasons in that subcontract. If we want to really help people, we need to go deeper than what it is easier, because then I can get the money, then I can. That's something that it really bothers me a lot. We got this, let's go and work with this. So you're feeling this much, let's see how we can work certain aspects. Maybe you need, I'm not saying that we don't send that person to the person that can help physically, because if we have some kind of physical demonstration, the physical body needs some kind of treatment. That's how it is. When something spiritual, energetic started happening in the body needs some kind of help physically. And most of the time that could be with doctors and stuff like that. I believe that there are other ways to help, but always get the professional help. But we need to start going deeper. We need to start making real the help. We cannot always, it's about a shadow work, a healing process. It's not. We need to stop talking about those things and start working more deeper, helping people understand, like emotions. If I really want you to be able to go through your emotions, I need you to take the patience, to take the commitment, to give yourself love enough to go through the process of really understanding your emotions, of really understanding the way that you're thinking, the way that you're perceiving certain energy, if you are too open, if you're too closed, if you're receiving, how you're receiving your energies. So then you can work with your emotions. You can cry if you need to cry. But because now you're gonna cry, you're gonna get mad, you're going to get happy, you're gonna smile, whatever it is, for the real reasons, the true reasons behind. And when you do it, you're gonna start having those here, yes, but it's going to be easier and it's going to last less. But it's a process. That's why I always say to people, let's go and start changing the way that we're thinking. I can tell you that even in the way that we express, if we start changing the way that we are using words, eliminating certain kind of words from our vocabulary and really use those. If you go up there we don't have we don't have like a lot of words for one thing. This is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, and I have someone just arrive here. But that's the way that you want to see it. Up there, it is difficult for them to explain, because it's not because we don't have the words. We don't have the words because we have too many. And then the ones that we have is really not the one that they use up there, because in here, most of the words have some kind of low energy frequency. So we need to put attention. We need to put it the way that we're talking, have an ego kind of thing. And again, that's something that no one is perfect. Even for me, sometimes like I suppose not to. Especially, let's start with hate. You are in a discussion, you don't say I hate you. I don't say I hate what you are doing. No, because you're affecting that person, but the one that you're affecting is you. So you can say I don't like that. I don't like what you did to me. I don't like what you are, because the person did it to you, but not to you as a person. It did it to you because you have something together. the situation happened to you because you are the one that is involved. But don't take it personal. It is just as it is. It is what it is. It's happening to you. It's happening for you, from you. And that's it. Don't go and take this mind and put it there, blah, blah, blah. Because then you're going to be the one that is going to be really in a bad situation. The person is going to, no, I don't do it, blah, 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 and you keep moving forward. And then the person the situation fixed in a way that you don't want it. Oh my God, now your mind start going crazy. It's your thoughts, the one that you need to understand. I can tell you that when you do and start working with your mind, the way that you believe, the way that you perceive, the way that you think, the way that you talk, the emotions are going to get more better. You're gonna still feeling them. You're gonna still maybe need some kind of therapy or physical treatments, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to be less. Even eventually you're gonna be able to leave them. Ask yourself, this is happening because I really have a lot of abilities, I really are a strong person. Let me try to understand that. Let me start with that. Let me do this, let me do that. When you do it, I can tell you, you cannot go and just approach one thing. In this life, everything is connected. In this life, everything works together. So, don't think that because it's something that it feels that maybe it's too simple or too basics, maybe that's exactly what you need. Sometimes we just need to step back and go and start with the basics. Because even emotions are a map to yourself, to understand yourself, to understand the kind of thing that you need to work with yourself. Not because of the things that you have to go through that create that on you. The emotions are and they are a map and they are a tool. You just need to understand what kind of GPS you like it more. So that's the way that we need to start seeing emotions. But everything is connected. One, you cannot understand and work just the spiritual aspect and the psychic or the physical aspect that it would be the psychic ability. So that's why the spiritual aspect is the knowledge of you, is who you are up there. The mind is your abilities. Your body, it is how you process with your emotions. So you want to have those three, you need to work with those three together. I would say that emotions are something that each one of us can work with. We just need to relearn and see them not as something that is related to the heart. Your feelings are related to the heart. Your feelings are related to the chakra. Because the heart is just something physical there, but the one that the feelings are related, thank you, they just tell me. The feelings are related to who you are as a spirit. Feelings is what we are, what we bring to this body. That's why we love, that's why we have fear, because all of those feelings are up there. It's just like we just choose, it's easier. Love always become the first one, and even fear for us up there is the reason that we move forward. It's the gas. Sometimes it's not just love. Sometimes we combine that with a little bit of fear so we can get kind of like a real powerful gas on it. But feelings don't have to be with nothing with the body, with the mind. It have to be with you, who you are in your soul, and then through that, you have these emotions that are showing you what kind of things you need to keep working with in your soul, in your path. So that's the way that you need to, each one of you. I hope that talking about emotions and how is the best way to start working with them in a more, I would say in a better angle, help those that stay here and wanted me to talk about it. Okay, sweeties, so thank you. I think that I will need to do like a challenge program with emotions, but it will need to go, I think that people have to go through first to certain other things, but Definitely, emotion is something that I can tell you it can be controlled. It can be not controlled. It can be understandable. It's something that it can work in your advantage. It can be something that at the end can really help you to keep moving forward instead of stuck in making you feel stuck. But I hope that this really helped all of you. So thank you, thank you. Have a good night, sweeties. Bye bye. So thank you for watching me and stay with me all of this time. If you want to know more and keep in touch with me, my journey and your journey, don't forget to follow me in all of my social media. See you next time. Bye bye.